Islam, peace. What's good, what's good? It's your brother Cool. I haven't done one of these in a minute. You know what I'm saying? So, let y'all know now, brothers currently is what I would like to call New Amsterdam, commonly known as New York. So I'm back in New York. And near Far Rockaway, they call this Queens County to be exact. Right? New York territory. So, man, it's been great, yo. I've been out here seeing a lot of old faces. You know what I'm saying? Friends, family. And we've been building, yo. Yo, niggas is woke out here, yo. It's crazy. It's crazy. We're gonna get so much done out here. I'm so excited. So excited. There's so many woke wars. I'm just talking about Far Rockaway. I'm not even talking about New York as a whole. I'm just talking about my stomping grounds. Like, the people I have grown up with. Like, yo, everybody woke. Everybody's eyes is open. And we can see that there's a game being played. And we're coming back to law. You know what I'm saying? Nationality and birthrights. And then from there, you know what I'm saying? How to be more business minded so we can be more successful. So we can build more wealth and leave that behind for our children. Gain assets, gain wealth. Know what I'm saying? There's no way we can say we indigenous and we supposed to be broke on our land. No way. No way, no way, no way. The way the American system was set up, everyone is supposed to have their own business. That's the American way. Everyone is supposed to have their own business. You know why? Because the American system is based on privatization. It's based on being private. So if you're not private, you're public. And if you're public, you're taxable. You understand? So that's the notion, you know what I'm saying, people get. How you doing, brother? You know what I'm saying? That's the notion people get. You know what I mean? When they don't really understand how the system works. So I just been really blessed to be able to just come out here and be able to talk, you know what I'm saying, to friends and family and share some of the knowledge I've been able to attain over these couple of years, you know, through study and also through application of what I studied and what I gained through experience, you know. And gentrification is a very big thing, y'all. It's happening everywhere. So if we're not starting to wake up and reclaim who we are and declare who we are and go back to being business-minded people, business-minded indigenous peoples, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get choked out of our own communities that our ancestors built up. You know what I'm saying? So it's important for us now. It's important for us now because I feel like if we don't do this now, I don't think the next generation is gonna get it. Okay? I think right now it's all or nothing as far as this generation goes. You know what I'm saying? The Prophet Drew Ali said the third and fourth generation. I think we're the fourth generation. I used to think we're the third one, but seeing how things are happening with this technology and all the, we the fourth one, y'all. So if we don't get this now, yo, it's that real right now. So this is why I'm excited, because everyone is on that level of urgency, is what I'm saying. No one is taking this thing lightly. Everyone is like, yo, like, I'm trying to get right now. I'm trying to preserve this property for my family right now. All right? There's no fear. And that's the first step to change, right? You got to push past that fear, that root chakra. So it's just been a blessing. It's been a blessing. All right? Mind you, too, I forgot it was Labor Day. So now, you know, Labor Day weekend. So everybody been barbecuing. You know what I'm saying? The system is not as complicated as people make it seem. The American system is built like this. First off, we're the original Americans. That's why you see me walking. I got my turban, I got my fez, and I got my feather. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know who I am, therefore, you walk in that shit all day, every day. You don't front. You don't try to play the. You don't try to play the corner. You be straight up. All right. You be yourself at all times. Private, public. That's my mentality anyway, because I'm very firm in who I am. Now that I know, right? So how the American system is set up is, we are the heirs of the estate. What is the estate? First of all, what does estate mean? Estate means the right to interest in property that you may have. So any interest you have in something, oh shit, any interest you have in something, how you doing? Any interest you have in something, let's say like you have an interest, all right, you gave somebody $5 to invest in a printing machine so they can start making t-shirts, right? You have an interest in that printing machine business because you helped invest into it. Okay? That's what an estate is. An estate is the rights you have, the rights to an interest in something. Whatever that thing is, property, it could be a project, whatever the product is, whatever has been manifested or produced. Okay? Do you have an interest? Were you part of the creation of that? Do you have a right to the whatever that thing produces? Do you have a right to be a benefit to benefit from what that manifestation produces for you? Do you have an interest in it? That's what your estate is. So that birth certificate bond that was created after you came into flesh out of your mother's womb, okay? It is attached to your energy. That is your estate. You have a right, you have an interest in it. Okay? Because that very thing is based off of your life substance, not the other way around. The birth certificate is based off of your life substance, not the other way around. Your life substance is not based off the birth certificate. Your birth certificate is based off of your life substance. Okay? It's attached to your energy. Because if you didn't come into this world through your mother's womb, that energy or that bond or that estate would have never been created. It would have never been created. It wouldn't have existed if you don't exist. Okay? Okay? So, with that being said, oh, and check out some of these properties I'm looking at. I'm interested. I'm looking at. All right. We got a lot of abandoned properties out here, yo. And people just walk by every day. Why? Because they sleep. I ain't sleep. I'm very woke. So we gonna get this work out here. Look at this. Look at this. Abandoned. We gonna get this work out here, yo. We gonna get this religious work out here. This religious, more scientific work. It's gonna be beautiful. So, with your estate being created, how you doing? So with your estate being created, right? You have a right to that because it's attached to your energy. Okay? So now, if you look at IRS manual, section 21.7.13.2.2. All right, it's titled Taxpayer Identification. Now, if you look at section number 2, clause number 2, it will state that an infant is a decedent, and a decedent means a deceased person, or the grantor, owner, receiver of a receivership, a guardianship, custodianship that has yet to receive a social security number. The or is a very big thing. See, because either you're a decedent, and a decedent means deceased. So either you were perceived as a stillbirth on paper when they classified us as Negro, Black, and colored. We had no nationality, therefore we were civil little mortus. A decedent, an infant that was dead when he was born. Okay, on paper, not in real life, because in real life we were here. Okay, in the natural world we were here. Or we are the grantor, owner, receiver, who has yet to receive a social security number. So are you alive? Are you in full life? Okay, there's a remedy for everything in law. You got to see it to know it's there. So once that happens, right, then you reclaim dominion over your shit. And there's a process for things. I'm not going to go over all the processes, but the general overview of it is your estate is being used to place charges against you, the living being, the living, breathing being, as surety, meaning as the fall guy. Okay, as the insurance policy. They're using our bodies that's been created by the Creator, our mother and father, as insurance policies for these bonds that we actually own. We're the owner of that, but we have not been alive. We have been considered civil little mortus, dead in the eyes of the law, because we have been classified as Negro, blacks, and coloreds, African Americans, minorities. Meaning you have no standing in law, and law governs everything. Law is the length, angle, and width of energy. If everything is energy, then law is what governs that. You understand? Not only on a physical plane, but on a spiritual plane. So the length, angle, and width of things must be understood in all aspects of life. You must understand the law of relationships. You must understand the law of being. You must understand the law of economics, the law of navigating, the law of how the body works, the law of how to invent things, the law of how to study, the law of how to speak, the law of how to dance, the law of how to play a sport, the law of how to play an instrument. Everything is energy. So there's a law for everything. The law for how to plant a seed, the law for how to farm, how to do agriculture, how to harvest, the law for how to build a civilization, the law for how to take care of yourself. You understand? There's a law for everything. Whether you recognize it or not, the law for how to build a house, the law for how to build a park, the law for how to cut your hair, the law for how to brush your teeth, the law for how to clean your house. Okay? There's a law for everything. Whether you recognize it or not, everything is governed by law. Okay? So, once you come back into law in full life, meaning you're in full life, you're not civil liter mortus, but you're not a fiction either. You're not a corporate fiction. You're in balance. You're in ma'at. Okay? And when you're in ma'at, you're floating lightly on the wings of justice. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Okay? So, since according to the IRS manual, depending on our state of mind, right, determines if we are a decedent or the infant that's the grantor and owner of the estate that was yet to be given a social security number. So then I ask you what came first. The birth certificate or the social security number? Exactly. I don't really need you to answer. The birth certificate came first. Then from there, all other instruments were created, like the social security. Okay? But everything is derived from the birth certificate. So when you were given your estate that was yet to be given a social security number, that was for you. Okay? But you're not Negro, black, or colored. See, you got to come out of that to be able to reclaim your estate so you can have dominion, control, authority over your property, over your rights, over your body. You don't want to be someone else's insurance policy, do you? Exactly. So that's the purpose of when you get back in your right state of mind, you authenticate your birth certificate. So that way, in their system, right, in the public records, right, in the public records, because Moors don't have issues in the private, do they? Do we? Are we having issues in the private sector, or are we having issues in the public sector? I think all of our issues are happening in the public sector because our private sector is not matching our public. So this is where the confusion goes into play, the identity fraud and all this shit. Okay, so if you look at it from both ways, you got to clear up everything on both sides. Once you make your declaration privately, internally, you got to have that reflected publicly. You got to go and update these things, y'all. Stop being afraid to take control of your estate. You got to go in and update the information. Okay? Go and update. Get a state ID. You know why? Because you're going to need to get a passport. These are part of the processes, yo. Does that put you in jurisdiction? No. No, it don't. If you really understand the law, you know it don't. No, it don't put you in a jurisdiction. You go in there and update your social security information too. You know why? Because you're not self. Either way you look at that social, when you update your national title in there, it's still going to ask for your name at birth. Why? Because they want to know the name of that estate that you really have a right to. But you need to know that. You need to know you're the heir. Don't you hear Taj talking about that all the time? We're the heirs. So you need to understand this. So when you reclaim the estate and you become the heir, then you have dominion, right? Then you authenticate the BC. Now it's the original. Now you're the holder in due course. Now no one can use that estate against you or that bond against you to charge you as the surety, as the insurance policy. They can't do that to you no more. They can't do that to your flesh no more. That's what I'm talking about, the flesh. Because we all just want to be talking about the spirit and shit. But when niggas is getting thrown out, pull out cars, stopped, mistreated, that's happening to the flesh. That's happening to the flesh. So we need to understand that there's a difference between being metaphysical and being real. We don't want to be so heavenly minded that we're of no earthly good. I'm going to repeat that one more time. We do not want to be so heavenly minded that we are of no earthly good. Okay? So, with that being said, it's time to get to work. Okay? It's time to get to work, family. And the only way to do that is to recognize who we are as indigenous peoples. We got to wake back up. And I've done my studies to know how the process works. So I'm willing to share that information and build. Let's build. Let's get to work. We got things to do, y'all. We got children. we are the elders now, yo. We are the elders now. We have taken that shit, right, with no apology. Unapologetically, we have taken reign of that position due to the fact that we're the ones coming in with this information now. This is new technology, kind of, but not sort of. But it's not being dispensed like this. The new generation got an open mind. The mind is so pure and clear. You won't even, the shit that they breaking down so clear, you can't even fathom without them breaking it down, how they breaking it down. I'm talking about for me looking at the younger youth. We're the elders now, yo. We're not young no more. Not like that. So we got to make sure we lead the way and we light the steps so they know which path to take. All right? We got to lay out like, yo, this is a booby trap. This is a minefield. Don't walk there. Go that way. Hey, this is a one-way. Hey, there's no U-turns over here. Hey, you might want to go back. There's an X sign over there. Do not enter. You understand what I'm saying? We got to make this right for our babies. Or it's just going to be a or it's just going to be a repeating cycle as it has always been for the past 250 something years. I'm sorry, 240, like 242 years. How you doing, brother? For the past 242 years, not no damn 400, 500 years. Okay? So, with that being said, once you take dominion over it, update the information at the Social Security. You know why? Because once you establish who you are, right? At the bottom when it says, what is your relationship to the person listed in item number 1? Is it self? No. Are you the authorized representative? No. You know why? Because an authorized representative isn't an owner. You know what an authorized representative is? An authorized representative is someone who was given authority by the owner to represent them on their behalf. That is what the authorized representative is. Are you an authorized representative? No. You are a registered owner. That's why you hit the other box. Registered owner. Okay? Give me 1 second, y'all.